The West Regional has UConn as number 1 seed. Interesting, guys. You know, they've been number 1 in this region twice before. It was the 2 years that they won the NCAA tournament. Right. But I'm not overly impressed with these guys. What do you guys think?
Well, they're a real good team, and I think they have one of the best coaches in the country. They're really, really missing the one starting guard who got injured for them. I think they're a weapon or two short because of that. Certainly a team that a formidable team, but maybe a little bit of a media creation in terms of being one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the country.
Speaking of media creation,
as we discussed,
what are you trying to say there?
Talk about their big guy.
Hashim's the beat. I'm kind of stunned watching him in the Syracuse game. Just how many holes there are in his game. I mean, on both ends. I mean, you know, his forte is supposedly defense, but I mean, other than, you know, the occasional weak side block, I mean, he gets bullied in one-on-one situations in the post. He can't play the pick and roll. And, you know, Syracuse actually attacked him in the game, the 6 overtime game. Their whole offense was geared at going at him with post-ups and pick and rolls. That was their whole game. And so you wonder about that. I mean, is there anybody in this bracket who can exploit that? They can make things happen like that? I don't know. I mean, you know, that's one of those things when you have a conference team that knows the other team's strengths and weaknesses really well, they can attack it. Whereas, you know, at this stage of the game, is that as possible? I mean, he's got a long way to go. He's really raw. I mean, I was talking to somebody about it, and they said, he reminds me of Sammy Dallenberg, which is, you know...
That probably wasn't a compliment.
Probably not. And I said the only difference is Sammy throws up a lot more bad jump shots, which is a product of him not being able to keep his position on the low post, which is the same thing Thabit will run into in the NBA. Yeah. He's going to get knocked off the post, and then he's going to throw up bad shots.
The only team I can see as they go out through this bracket is the number 2 seed. Memphis could really knock off Connecticut here. I think they've got a nice combination of players.
Well, I saw Memphis play a couple times late in the year, and I just love their team. I think they're big and quick and athletic and skilled. They may not be quite experienced enough because they lost 3 NBA players last year, and that's the only thing that is limited. I actually have them winning the whole deal. I like their team a lot. I like the way they play, and I think Calipari is a good coach, despite the thing he kind of goofed up the national final, I thought, last year.
Yes.
But I think he is a good coach, and I think they can. I think they will be able to exploit the problems with UConn a little bit. And that really is, if that's a regional final, that really is like in the whole 64 teams, that really is the 4 seed against the 5 seed in the whole field.
I agree.
And I really like Memphis. I don't see anything wrong with their team other than slight reservation about their experience level.